From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, December 29th, 2015. Silver is trading at $14 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,072 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $425. Antiwar.com reports a pair of car bombings shook the Syrian city of Homs on Monday, killing at least 32 people and wounding 90 others. Reports from the Syrian government referred to at least one of the incidents as a suicide bombing. This is the second major attack against Homs since this month's ceasefire deal was signed, which handed the last of the city's districts back to the military after years under the control of rebels. The Islamic State claimed credit for the previous attack, but so far no one has claimed credit for the attacks on Monday. The Islamic State, interestingly, was not believed to have had much of a presence at all in Homs before this previous attack, though the group has established a foothold in the easternmost parts of the Homs province in recent months. The city, however, has mostly been in the sway of rebels affiliated with Al-Qaeda's Nusra Front and its coalition in Idlib. The recovery of Homs in the ceasefire deal was a huge boost for the Syrian military and gave them a better supply line from the power base around Damascus to the contested areas in Aleppo and Idlib province.
For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
UPI reports in as little as 4 months, travelers in 5 states might not be able to board domestic flights unless they produce more than a driver's license to verify their identity, a prospect the Transportation Security Administration is expected to settle this week. Since it took over airport security in 2001, the TSA has permitted flyers to board domestic flights with nothing more than a valid U.S. driver's license. The Real ID Act, passed in 2005, makes this more difficult, though the Department of Homeland Security has yet to enforce the law. That may change in a matter of weeks. So far, only 22 states have complied with the law. 19 states have not fully complied but have made enough progress to earn an extension, and 4 states are being reviewed for an extension. The remaining 5 states, Illinois, Minnesota, Missouri, New Mexico, and Washington, have been deemed non-compliant, and its travelers in those states may have to produce a passport for domestic travel as early as late April. The DHS, which operates the TSA, said it will release an official schedule this week that specifies exactly if and when airports in non-compliant states will begin rejecting driver's licenses for domestic travel.
The Daily Decrypt is a Monday through Friday newscast about all the best news in cryptocurrencies and peer-to-peer networks. Know what's hot in the world of digital money, borderless trade, and cutting-edge communications. Available on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Facebook video. The Daily Decrypt is the news of the future.
Reuters reports a grand jury cleared 2 Cleveland police officers on Monday in the November 2014 fatal shooting of 12-year-old Tamir Rice, who was brandishing a toy gun in a park, and a prosecutor said there were a series of mistakes but no criminal activity. The Ohio grand jury had heard weeks of testimony on the Rice shooting, which occurred seconds after police reached a park next to a Cleveland recreation center in response to reports of a suspect with a gun. Rice died the next day. The shooting was one of several that had fueled scrutiny of police use of deadly force, particularly against minorities. Rice was holding a replica handgun when Officer Timothy Lohman shot him within seconds of reaching the park in a squad car driven by his partner, Frank Garmbach. Police radio personnel gave officers a description of the suspect's clothing, but did not convey that a 911 caller had said the suspect was probably a juvenile and that the gun may not be real. The prosecutor said those errors were substantial contributing factors to the tragic outcome. Rice's family has filed a civil lawsuit over his death. The family also demanded the officers be charged. A special prosecutor handled the case, and the U.S. Justice Department investigate. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.